Hey film fans, this is my entry into the HoRRoRdIgEsT tag. This tag is a series of horror related questions which are asked by the YouTuber HoRRoRdIgEsT. I was tagged by Lisa Loves, so thank you so much Lisa for thinking of me, I really appreciate it. I'm going to tag DrewskyMcgillicuddy, Play It Now and Bronco Juggalo. I'm going to leave a link to all of their channels in the description, so be sure to check them out and subscribe because they're all really nice people. Okay, so I actually have to run for a bus, so I'm going to blast through these questions really quickly. I have my answers wrote down here, so question 1. What two horror icons would you like to see battle in the next Versus movie? So she isn't really a horror icon in relation to cinema, but 100% is in relation to video games. And I think her outing in the cinema was completely underappreciated and is actually a brilliant movie. So I'm going to choose Dark Alessa from Silent Hill versus Pinhead from Hellraiser. They're both experts in suffering, so I think it'd be so interesting to see these two fight each other. And I think it'd be just a sea of barbed wire, chains, and just the beautiful scenery from Silent Hill. I'd absolutely love to see that. Going in a more comedic route, I'd also love to see Leprechaun versus Freddy. I think that'd be so witty, I just would love to see it. Question 2. Would you rather survive a horror movie scenario but some of your friends die, or all your friends live but you die? Okay, in this room right now, it's so easy to say that I die and my friends live, and that in my heart is how I feel. But who knows what anyone would do in that actual situation. It's really hard to know if your instincts take over your rational mind and your heart. Or maybe it's not so rational to want yourself to die and your friends to live. Who knows? But it's a very interesting question. But hopefully I'm never in an actual scenario to find out my real answer. Question 3. You're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? I'm probably the first to die because I do something stupid trying to show off. There's no killer out there, or oh, I'm so brave, I know horror movies, it's fine. And then I just get like a knife through the face. But you know, throw a wig on me, some lipstick, and I would be a really hot final girl, so who knows. Question 4. Which horror icon do you want to see in space? So I chose Bruce Campbell because he's been in the past and rocked it, so I want to see how he handles the future in space with his awesome boomstick and chainsaw hand. Question 5. When making sequels to horror movies, when do you think enough is enough? So I think this is movie specific because a movie like The Descent, I think that was a perfect solo outing and didn't need a sequel, and I really don't like the sequel. I don't even think the concept of bringing the girl back into where she was attacked makes any sense. I know some people love it, so sorry if you do love that movie, it just wasn't for me. But let's take a fun series like a Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th. Some of those sequels aren't great, but I absolutely adore them. And honestly, 3 and 4 of A Nightmare on Elm Street and New Nightmare are fantastic movies, so if they weren't making sequels, we wouldn't have got to see those. I also love the Saw franchise and really enjoyed those sequels. So some movies really get away with it, but others don't. I think it's about the quality of the sequel, and then sometimes how serious do they take the sequel, because if they're having fun, then I'm having fun. Question 6. Name a horror movie that was ruined for you because of the ending. So the movie wasn't ruined for me, but Silent House, specifically the remake, because I haven't seen the original, was so atmospheric, tense and brilliant, and I was constantly guessing what was happening. And then the ending came and I thought it was just slightly generic and run-of-the-mill. So minor spoilers here, I'm not really going to go into the actual ending, but what I think the ending should have been. But if you haven't seen the movie, turn this off, go see it and come back if you so choose. So I was thinking it would be interesting if the story had more of a ghost story element to it. So rather than it being about trauma, if it was actually the living were being possessed by the history of the house, and basically she killed innocent people. She believed that everything that had happened to the ghosts had happened to her, and she murdered her dad and her uncle, and then she had to live with the consequences of that. I just think that would have been really interesting, cool, and would have been horrible to see happen to this girl who was a really interesting protagonist. Okay, so that was my answers. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please like this video and subscribe, and also comment below with your thoughts on my answers and leave your own answers as well. Hopefully you get tagged, but if you don't worry, just make a video. It's just YouTube videos, who cares? Anyway, thank you so much again. See you. Bye. And I missed my bus. Typical.